Hello, welcome to Home for Every Season. My name is Maureen. I am the owner and the designer here at this page. Today I'm with the Early Crafters and Marketplace, and our theme assignment for today is Enchanted Fairy Tales. So come on in. So far we've seen a beautiful unicorn cake, and then just now we saw Christine doing a take on Little Red Riding Hood. And so she was creating a book with Little Red Riding Hood. And I'm also doing a fairy tale. Of course, that's the assignment, right? Please say hello when you get here so I can see if my comments. Hi, Tony. Thank you for joining me. You guys, I'm fighting with the ring light again. It's like it's falling over. I need to remember to work on it when I'm not live, you guys. Not live. Because it falls over on me. How are you, Tony? Thank you so much for joining me. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a take on the fairy tale story of The Princess and the Frog. But I don't really know exactly how The Princess and the Frog goes for sure. So I'm just going to create some characters. And so you'll see what I'm doing. Anyway, to start off with, I have these salt shakers. This is what I'm doing for the beginning of it. I'm going to be using some of these vintage salt shakers that I have. I just love these things. And I have two in that larger size. And then I have two in the smaller size. So that's what I'm using. I'm also going to put these on a round disc. I'm glad you're doing good, Tony. Me too. Vern just left for work. The baby's playing with his Hot Wheels. Azrael's on standby for me if I need him. And we're going to have a great day. We're going to get a lot done with this little project here. The first thing I want to do is cover this with some purple, because purple is royalty, the color of royalty. Let me grab some purple clay. I should have already had my purple out, but I forgot to grab it. Are you having a good Wednesday, Tony? I'm having a good day. Hello, hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Come on in while I create a fairy tale. I was telling Tony that I'm going to be doing something along the lines of The Princess and the Frog. So hopefully it'll all work out. We'll have to wait and see. I think it'll be cute. So the first thing I want to do is roll out some purple clay. I'll be using a lot of different things. Not a lot of clay today, but I am using clay. Hi, Leanne. How are you? Hi, Christine. How are you? Leanne, I love the themes that you picked for this week. We're having a lot of fun with them. Christine, I loved your book. I thought I had one more paper mache book, you guys. I was going to put mine on a book. But I think it's what I turned remember I made that butterfly book that sold? I think that was the last paper mache book I had. I'll have to go buy some more. Thank you, Tony. I'm having a great day, you guys. I am. It just kind of just got started, really, for us. It's only 11 in the morning here. But yes, we're having a good day. All right, guys, I'm not going to use clay, I'm going to use clay, you guys, for crying out loud. I'm not going to use glue. Actually, I better use some glue. Hi, Jeanette. How are you? Hello, Roddy Mom Crafting. How are you? Roddy Mom Crafting, what is your name? I think, is it Ellen? No, you're not Ellen. We get so many new people, you guys. I get all the names mixed up. I apologize. Christine, I'll have to go back and see the very end of it because I had to come get ready. So I missed what you were doing at the very end. Darn it anyway. All right, guys. I'm just going to put some purple clay on this disc for royalty. This will be the stand that I put all these little characters on. Peggy. Hi, Peggy. Welcome to Home for Every Season. Hi, Bev. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just getting my day going, basically. Pretty much. I'm going to cut off this oh my gosh, that's not my clay scissors. I need those out though. That would have been sad if I used my material scissors for clay. You guys probably would have saw me crying. And my shirt, I just touched my clay with my shirt. It made an impression. Hey, if you guys want to get a nice cupcake effect, wear a ribbed shirt, evidently, and put your clay up against it. It works for me. How are you guys doing? Okay, so now I'm just smoothing this clay across the bottom there. Azrael, honey, come on now. The bottom of this will have a foam sheet on it, you guys, so I'm not worried about covering the whole bottom real good. Hi, Robin, how are you? Thank you so much for coming and joining me. All right, guys, can you see this good enough? I think you can. All right, so there is the purple platform that I'll be putting these salt shakers. For those of you that missed it, I'm going to be creating a royal family out of salt shakers. I have 2 large ones like this. Hi, Maricela, how are you? And then I have 2 little salt shakers like this. All right. I did create the first face because I wanted to see if it was going to work. All right. So this is the beginning of our queen. All I did was take some cream clay, roll it into a ball. Then I put a little clay nose on her. Used a smile tool for her little smile. You barely see her little smile. It really puffed back out on me, which is fine. And then how you do these is the top of your salt shaker is the crown, okay? They're really cute. I've made these before with you guys. I made one set, and they were snowmen. And I thought, well, I can do this again with people because they're so cute. I'm doing good. Thank you. Hi, Debbie. How are you? All right, so there, we're going to put this to the side. We don't need that for a little bit longer now. So how I want to do the queen is I cut some strings. I cut a whole bunch of strings, you guys. I just was playing around with this a little bit to try and get an idea of what I wanted to do with it. Hi, Teresa. How are you? So I cut a whole bunch of little strings. And what I'm going to do is take... I could use hot glue for the string. Yeah, let's plug in our hot glue gun, you guys. I can't use the hot glue gun for the clay, but I can definitely use it on the bottom of the salt shaker and on this. I've really gotten away from hot glue, you guys. I used to use it all the time. And thanks, Debbie. And then when I started doing clay, I just kind of... I don't know. I just kind of really moved away from the hot glue. And now I try not to use super glue, you guys. I don't like super glue. But I use liquid fusion a lot. If I drank as much water as I use liquid fusion, I'd be healthier. Because I use a lot of liquid fusion. I love it. I think it's a great glue. Okay, now I want to... Don't need that. All right, so what I'm going to do is start with this little crown. With the little crown, I will use liquid fusion because it will be on top of this little person's head, okay? So can you guys see good enough? I hope so. All right, I'm going to put liquid fusion all around this little crown here. You like how I call it a crown? And then I'm going to stick it on here. And of course, the little crown is going to go kind of sideways, kind of to the side a little bit. We're going to hold it, as Debbie says. Okay. And there's the beginning of our little queen. Isn't that cute? It's going to be so cute, you guys, when it's all completely done. So now for the little crown, I have one little piece that I cut that was for her crown. Let me see. I got more things going on over here than I know. It's got to be in here somewhere, you guys. Hold on. It's just a little tiny piece. I don't see it. We'll just cut a new one. Actually, maybe I'll use this. I went down in my craft room and I got this really pretty wire. I went in my scrapbooking stuff. Look how pretty this wire is. It's just got little roses and pearls on it. Isn't that cute? I think I'll use a little piece of this. Hi, Barbara. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. So I think I will use a little. No, that's not going to work for this. It was a great idea, but I don't want to use that. I'm going to use a little piece of this. All right, so this, I'm going to put this ribbon around her crown. As soon as my glue gets hot enough. This thing usually heats up so fast. I don't want it on high though, you guys. I don't want to burn myself, and I don't want it leaking out on me. So I'm going to let it warm up real quick on high, and then I'm going to turn it back down to low. So what are all your plans this week, you guys? Can you believe we're already like almost through February? We're halfway through. It's just bizarre. So bizarre. We're more than halfway through February. A lot of people today are celebrating Ash Wednesday. There we go. All right, now turn it back to low. All right, guys, here we go. One really nice thing about hot glue and clay is that if you got it on there and you didn't mean to, it won't stay. It'll just peel right off for you. The glue strings. Something that we tolerate, right? Okay, I did not need that much glue on there. I think on the next one, I'll build up the crown before I put it on their head. It just will make it so much easier. Cute. All right, so there is the beginning of her crown. Let me get out of the way, guys. There's the beginning of the crown. It's got one little piece of material on it. And so now we're going to put more material on there. And then I'm going to put some little gemstones on there because crowns have gemstones, right? But we're going to have to use some really... How many of you ever bought these strings? I got these from Michael's. They had 2 different sets. I love these, you guys. These are so good for so many different projects. There's something every crafter should have in their supplies, I think, anyway. That's just my opinion, though. And you know how opinions are. They're like belly buttons, you guys. Everybody has one. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so now the next part I'm going to do is I have all these strings, right? So now we're going to make her dress. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to take a little bit of glue in one area. I'm not going to put it all the way around or it'll dry too fast on me. And we're just going to layer these ribbons all the way around. And this is why I pre-cut them. But I didn't pre-cut the other one for the king. This is the queen, and then we'll do a king. So you'll see what I did with it. Got to work fast with that glue, don't you? Man. Okay, so her little dress will be these little ribbons all the way around. That's going to take a long time. Hi, Morticia. How are you? So that will be, I might only get the queen done, you guys. Golly. I was thinking this will be quick and easy, but it might not be. All right, so now those are what we're going to layer all the way around. And they don't need to be super close to each other like I was doing. They can be spread out a little bit. Definitely. So now I just want to go back in the order that I started and just keep layering these on here. So cute. And I will trim them. That's what we have so far. How are you doing today, Tisha? And this wiggly one. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. And then purple. We're almost done with her dress, you guys. Sorry, this is tedious. But sometimes when we're crafting, sometimes you got to just look at your project and stay focused, right? Okay, I need one more little piece of this one. And her little dress is now done. So let me hold that up. That clay is not dry, of course. I just did it before I got on here. So I have to be really careful with that head, you guys. Okay, here's her little dress. That is cute. Hold on, let me figure out where to hold this, you guys, so you can see it. Okay, here's her little dress. It goes all the way around. I kind of moved it to the front so that I could hold it. Right, Debbie? It gets tedious. It's like, ah. Okay, but that part is done now. There's her little dress is done. But I want to trim those, I want to trim it down here so that it doesn't look so long. There. Okay, there's the little queen with her little crown and her little dress. Now we got to put some jewels on her crown. You stand right there, sister. I don't want to throw out these little pieces because I might need them. You never know. You might need a 1-inch piece of ribbon, you guys. That's crazy. Thank you, Leanne. Okay, now for her little crown for jewels. I have so many things. I thought I grabbed it out, but of course I didn't. Let me look. Let me look in here. Let's do this purple. These are from Mariposa's Creations. They're purple. They're flat on the back. Yeah, these are pretty. Okay, I'm going to use these, just a few of them, and I'm going to put them around her crown. And to use that, I will use the Liquid Fusion. Actually, I could use the super glue, can't I? No, I'll use Liquid Fusion, you guys. I don't want super glue or hot glue. I just think this will work better. Okay, so I'm just going to put little crowns. Let's see, I'll put it, where do I want this? I'm just going to go around her little salt shaker and put these purple stones on. All right. I'll use my tweezers because they seem to be so much faster. Maybe. My boys are being really quiet, you guys. It's weird when the house is so quiet. You guys are all being quiet too. We've started getting a change in our weather here. It's going to get cold. Come on. Do any of you have trouble with your fingers working? Some days, that little pincher movement is just hard. Like opening medicine bottles or the napkins. I'm having a really hard time getting my finger and thumb to work when it comes to the napkins for separating them. Okay, there's her little crown. So now her little crown has little gemstones all the way around it. All right. So that purple matches the little purple strings. This is a crazy string right here. Anyway, there's the little queen. So now I'm putting the queen to the side, you guys. She is done for now. All right. And now we need to get our king. That's the queen. Did I say princess? I don't know what I said. Hi, Dawn. How are you? We're making a royal family, a fairy tale family, once upon a time. So this will be our base. So let's get her on there. She can stand on there. The queen can be right there. Okay, so here's the queen on her base. And now we're going to make the king. And I'm going to use a tall shaker for the king. Oh, she's falling over. Okay, a tall one for the king. And I'm going to use blues for him. I really didn't want him to have like you know what? He's a king. They wear royal robes too, right? Maybe. I don't know. But we're going to use blue ribbons for the king. So let's get out some blues. I didn't pre-cut the blues because I just didn't. So now you guys have to watch me sit here and cut these silly strings. I apologize ahead of time. All right, so we're going to make him in blue. I took 4 different ribbons, you guys, and I'll alternate them just like I did on hers. Okay, so now, oh, I need to make his little head. Let's make his head. No, I'm going to do him different than I did her. I'm going to put her, now that I've been working on it a little bit, you guys, I think I want to do it a little bit different just so it's easier to handle. So I'm going to start with his outfit, all right? He is a king. I don't know why he'll have like a dress on, but it's not really a dress. Maybe I'll make it stick right to it so that it's solid and not flowing. We'll see. Give me 1 minute and I'll figure it all out. Do you guys do that too, where you figure things out as you go, right? Thanks, Dawn. We can have things prepared a little bit ahead of time, but until we actually start putting the craft together, you really don't have it all figured out. I never do anyway. That's just not me. Okay, so I put these, that one's not sticking. You want to make sure you get your glue on there just little bits at a time. Otherwise, you're going to, on low, it'll dry really fast. I could even wrap, I think I will. After I get all these little ribbons on, you guys, I'll take another piece of ribbon and wrap it all around the top just to give that some extra security. I'll show you what I'll do with it. So that one can stay It's just a little bit of glue right there. Come on. Even on low, it still makes us a little nervous, doesn't it? I have the utmost respect for hot glue. Right, you guys? Nobody wants to get hurt. Okay, now this one. And then this one. And this one. This is working out good, you guys. And then the blue. I cut just enough for it. Praise the Lord. That's pretty cool. I love it when things like that work out for me. I do. And that one. And that one. Okay, so now the Royal King has his clothes. So there's the Royal King's clothes. Now I'm going to trim it up on the bottom, just like I did the Queen. And we'll save these two because you never know. That is a nice little piece of ribbon, though. It's like 1 inch or more. No sense wasting it, right? How many times do we go and cut off just 1 inch because that's all that we needed? All right, so there is his clothes all the way around. All right. Happy surprise. The finding them, I don't know what happy surprise means, Debbie. I'm sorry. Did I say something? You guys, I say things and you guys respond to me and then I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I forget what I just said, evidently. Silly me. All right, for his crown, I'm going to use blue to match his outfit, all right? So now let's make his crown. To do his little crown, I will use this one little piece. Let me see. I think it'll work. Almost, not quite. So we'll have to get another little piece of blue over here for his little crown. His crown's a little crooked, you guys. All right. Yes, that's what you meant was when you find a little piece of ribbon. Exactly, Debbie. All right, there's the beginning of his little crown. And now I got to get him some gems. And I don't want to use purple for him because he's himself. And I do have, let me grab them. I do have really pretty blue gemstones. Hold on. Rhinestones. But of course, they're not where I was looking, so hold on. No matter how much I prepare when I'm crafting, I always need something more, you guys. Never fails. All right, we're going to use these nice big blue. These are from Mariposa's Creations also. They're really big. So his crown is going to have great big gemstones on it, which is fine. It'll match his outfit really pretty. All right, there's that. Now get these little, we used Liquid Fusion before for the little lady. Since his are bigger, I'm only going to put 4 of them on here. I didn't really space them out. I'll put 5. I didn't space them out very good. They're bigger, so they're easier for me to pick up. That's a plus, right? Can you imagine having a royal crown? One day, we will be crowned in heaven. Did you know that? We will lay our crowns down at the feet of the King. Take our crowns off and lay them at his feet. Okay, there's his little crown. He's got blue rhinestones all the way around his little crown. And now we're done with those. And now, no, we don't want to do that. Okay. To finish off their necks, like I was saying, I'm going to take a little piece. That one's too small. It has to be the right size to go around. You think it's going to work, you guys? But then when you wrap it around that salt shaker, it's a little bit bigger space than what you realize. Hopefully I have a ribbon. We'll do it with this one. Okay. I'm going to wrap this around her little neck. See, this one fell off already because it needs something more to hold all of that on there. So let's put this one back on. Especially this little feathery one, it's tiny. I'm going to put the glue on, well, no. Okay, now I'm going to go across the top of it. Darn it. The little feather one's getting glue all over it. Dang it. Make sure it's in the back. Sticking to everything, you guys. All right, that worked. That looks a little bit better. That'll help hold all those little, because they're just little tiny strings and a dot of hot glue. But that will help it stay on there, and it looks nice. Okay, so I just wrapped a piece of material around right here at the top of it and made it like a little neckline. Okay, put her back on her place of where she will be. And now we need to make the king's head after I put the glue around here. We're going to put this around his little shirt. His robe, his shirt. I know kings have royal robes. But usually when you see the king, they're dressed in their suits, right? I guess I never paid that much attention to it. But they seem to be in a nice jacket and pants. All right, there's that. So now that's around his little neck. Now we need to move all this stuff out of the way, and we're going to make, I think I'm done with the hot glue. Let me think. No, I need to do the other little people. Okay. Let's get out some cream clay, and I'm going to show you how I do their little faces. It's not hard at all, you guys. It's just a ball of clay, and then you just put two little dots of, like little sprinkles. I use little black sprinkles. You can use sprinkles, eyes, beads. You can use whatever you want. I don't want to get hot glue on my clay. Hold on. You can use a lot of different things for eyes. On this project, I just use these little black sprinkles. You don't need a lot for the head. Not a lot at all. You're just making a little tiny round ball. Just like that. That's the beginning of the thing, the head. Okay? Oh, and then you need a little tiny piece for the nose. Really tiny. And I just roll it into a little tiny ball. And then I get my little eyes. And like I said, they're just little tiny black sprinkles. Okay, little black sprinkles just like that. Okay? And then I glue those onto the front of the head. With just a little tiny dot of liquid fusion. Very tiny dot. Just enough to barely hold it on there, you guys. Okay, so there's our little eyes. And now, hi Laura, how are you? And now that little tiny nose that I had, I am going to put a little dot of glue just to make sure it stays good. That goes on the nose. So there's the eyes and the nose. And now I take a smile tool and I give them a nice little smile. And I use a tiny, tiny smile tool. One of the smallest ones that I have. Right here. Very tiny. And I just go in and I give them a little smile. There's that. And then I take liquid fusion and I put it all around the top of this salt shaker. And I stick the little head right on top of the salt shaker, guys. And just give it a gentle little push. And there's your king so far. All right. And then we'll put the crown on him. So here's this little crown that we got all finished already. I'm glad I did it that way. If you make these, you guys, start with the body and do your head last. That way you're not going to mess up your clay head while you're handling the other stuff. Just put a little bit more liquid fusion on the crown. Look for the end of that ribbon so it's in the back. I'm going to put his going the other way. Hers goes one direction and I'm slant his to the other way. Very cute, you guys. All right, so here's the king. All right, so we have a king and a queen. Let me glue these down so that they don't fall off on me. Come on. Almost time to open that new bottle of liquid fusion. Give him a nice little push. Do the same thing to her. Lots of liquid fusion on the bottom. Hi, Dee. How are you? Thank you. Thank you, Morticia. All right. I love the little feathery ribbon that I used, you guys, but it does kind of messes with your glues. It kind of gets in it a little bit. Not bad. All right, here is the royal family so far. Okay, king and a queen. And now they have a little girl. They have a little princess. And she's little. She's going to be with a different salt shaker. She's going to be little girl, okay? So now we're going to, yeah, my little one is over there playing Hot Wheels. He's being good. They're both being good. Azrael is right below me, and Crimson is in the living room playing Hot Wheels. And my husband just left for work. Thank you, Don. All right, now wipe that off. Next, we're going to do the little girl. For the little girl, let's give her, like, let me think about this for just a minute. Let's make her clothes. We'll do her clothes different than we did the queen. I love tiny too, Debbie. They are really tiny, aren't they? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just going to hot glue. Look how pretty this is. This is a pretty little ribbon. Move my face. That's the little ribbon I'm going to use for the little girl. And so I'm just going to hot glue it on her. I'm thinking I should do something underneath there though. Layers, like layer it. Hold on, guys. Let me see something here. Yeah, I'm going to put this one on first, all right, on the bottom. And then I will put the next layer over this one. So it looks like she has a little dress on. So let's start right here in the back. Kind of the back, right? What, baby?
What's the FIA?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up with you later. I think it has to do with flight. Isn't FIA, you guys, what controls our airplanes? I believe. I don't know for sure. I think it has to do with airplanes, Ezra. He's asking, what is FIA?
I thought it was like for racing or something.
I don't know, baby. It's something. All right, there's the first little layer with her first little layer of dress. And now I'm going to put this other one on. This can be cute. I'm going to do another layer of this other pink ribbon, you guys. We're working it out. We are. It's going to be so cute. And I knew I was going to use ribbon, you guys, but I never, like I didn't have all my ducks in a row. Here himself comes. Hi, baby.
Katie.
Emma's live. Don't hit the camera.
Katie.
You want candy?
Okay.
Oh, wait, watch your head. What you doing?
Oh.
Grandma has hot glue. Can you say hi? Don't touch. Look with your eyes, not your hands. Isn't that cute? He loves when I make stuff, you guys. Isn't that cute? That's the king and the queen. And this is going to be a little girl. She called Princess. Yeah. It's ribbons. Aren't they pretty? You want a ribbon? Okay, which one you want? Pick one. You want this one? Okay, you can have this one. Whoa, don't fall off my lap. Okay, here you go. Okay, bye. Go play with your little ribbon. Close your eyes, guys. He's going to go past and shake my camera. Love you. Bye. Have fun with your little ribbon. I love him. Hi, Tracy. How are you? I'm making a royal family. Today we're doing Enchanted Fairy Tales, and so I'm doing mine on the theme of Once Upon a Time, like a royal family. That's what I'm making. How are you today? Okay, so right now I'm gluing ribbon. I always stop if the babies, you know, you guys, they're just precious. Okay. I better move a little faster though, you guys. I just noticed the clock. Come on. All right, there's the beginning of her dress. Now we have one more really pretty ribbon to put on there. And then her little dress is all done. Let's see. Start in the back, Maureen. Okay, finally, you guys. Sorry, that took forever. Okay, here's her little outfit. Okay, and now we got to make her little head. Hi, buddy. Please don't be naughty. What were you going to do?
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not.
What are you doing?
Hang out. That's all I'm doing.
I am keeping concentration, Debbie. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm not much for conversation right now. I was supposed to be going to see mine today. I saw that. I'm so sorry. Darn it. Crimson is cute. So is Azrael. Aren't you, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very blessed. I got good kids. All right. This one, I'm just going to put her little head on and then work with her. Oh, helps if you take the lid off, you guys. All right.
Just give it a good whack.
Shh, hold on now, please. Okay, there's the little princess's head. I don't know why I didn't already do her eyes and stuff, you guys. I only got 10 minutes left, you guys. Darn. I'll get it, though. Usually I'm just talking up a storm on here, you guys, but today I am. This takes total concentration. Remember that movie, The Goonies? Total concentration. And then when they said a booby trap, he goes, that's what I said, a booty trap. That was a cute show. I liked watching The Goonies. Anybody else on here like The Goonies? Okay, give her a little nose. Oh! Her little nose and eyes all over the place, you guys. Hi, Cruz. How are you? Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining me, you guys. I'm being quiet because I'm concentrating, and it's not easy. Oh, my gosh. Not when you're me, evidently. All right, so to do this little girl, her little crown, she's just a little princess. So she's got... Let me think for 1 second how I want to do her crown. I'll make her crown just this little pink thing. Hopefully it goes all the way around. Perfect. Okay, guys. So here goes her little crown. Can you hear the baby? watching something funny, huh? You did like the Goonies? Yeah, it's a cute movie, I think. Very cute movie. All right, there's her little crown. We're almost done, you guys. Sorry it's taken me so long to make this little royal family. And I'm not talking to you guys very much. That's not very nice. Okay, put a little bit, oh, not that glue. Put our liquid fusion on her crown. And she's just a little princess, so she might not have. Her crown goes on straight, though, because she's little. All right, there's, oh, she needs a smile. All right, there's our little princess. All right, little dress. Look at her little dress. That's cute. And her little crown. Okay, so now she's going to go. Wait till you guys see. There's something really funny with this craft, you guys. I'm excited to show you. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. We're going to end this perfect timing, you guys. It's going to work out great. Okay, so now we have the little princess. And she's going to be standing right here with her mom and her daddy, right in the middle of them. Not really right in the middle, more off to the side a little bit. Okay, and then we have another salt shaker. This little girl went to school one day, and she met a little boy. And someday he will be her royal prince. Okay. 1 second, guys. I got to think about how to do this with you. No peeking, you guys. Hold on. I'm going to turn this so that you can't see it, okay? You used to watch the movie all the time when you were younger? Me too. Thank you, Tony. Thanks, Laura. It was a very good movie, you guys. It was an amazing movie. All right, I'm moving this over just a little bit so that you guys can't see what I'm doing because I want to surprise you. He's really excited. Crimson, settle down, baby. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Thank you for joining me. We're talking about royalty right now, Jennifer, because I'm doing a royal family for enchanted fairy tales. All right, so this one has a twist. Don't want you guys to see it just yet. Hold on, you guys. Just hold on. You'll see it in just a second. I just got to get it ready. Fighting with the glue. Hi, Barbara. Thank you. Oh, gosh. Come on, glue. Come out. Okay, I hope that glue will work like that. I think it will. I got to hold it for a minute, you guys, like Debbie says. Hold it, hold it, hold it. It's going to work, though. If I quit moving it. All right, you guys. You ready to see my fairy tale? Let me put my lid on my glue. And we had 5 minutes to spare, you guys. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. The mama needs her wand. I have this cute little wand that was down in my scrapbooking stuff. See the little wand? All right, so I need to get that little wand on her. It's a little paper clip. I'm thinking I can clip it right on some of these ribbons, okay? Hold on. Just another second, you guys. I'm sorry. There, it worked. Okay, you ready? So now the mama has a wand. And, he's crooked. Hold on, guys. Oh, come on, little guy. Behave yourself. All right, you ready? Here's my royal family. She met a little frog at school. So there is the king and the queen and the princess and her frog prince. There they are. Look at that cute little frog. I got that frog and the little gold crown from Das Craft Boutique with Marissa. And the little salt shakers, guys, if anyone is interested in salt shakers, I do have some more for sale. Not a lot of them, because I do want to use them to create more royal families and snowmen especially. Thank you, Morticia. So thanks, Jennifer. So thank you, Tony. So this is my idea of today's assignment of enchanted fairy tales. Thank you, Barbara. There it is. The king, the queen, the little princess, and the prince. Even the frog. Isn't that cute? I love the little frog. Thank you, you guys. Thanks, Leanne, Karen, Christine, Robin. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. So that was my deal. I think up next, I forgot to look, but it's usually Marissa with Das Craft Boutique. I believe she is on after me. If I'm wrong, Christine, is it Marissa that's up next? Somebody on here that knows. Please say if it's Marissa. I'm pretty sure it is, you guys. She usually follows me on Wednesdays. So, anyway, I hope you're having a fun day of following along with all of us brights as we are rolling out what we think of as a magical creature. Hi, Mary. Thank you. What we come up with when we're assigned a enchanted fairy tale or a magical creature. So we've seen unicorn, and then we saw Christine did Little Red Riding Hood, and I just did a royal family. So let's go and see. I do believe that Das Craft Boutique is up next. If I'm wrong, please go to my page and look at it is her. Okay, so let's all go over to Das Craft Boutique and see what Marissa has in store for us. I'm sure she'll do something fun and royal for sure. So let's head over there, you guys. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me. And one more time, that's my royal family. All right, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Have a great afternoon. Bye, guys.